What's up everyone, Sixpenny here, and we have a lot of information now on PGA Tour 2K23, but my goal today in this video is to compile everything and tell you all everything we know about the game at this point. From trailers to news articles to game previews from the 2K Next makers that got to play the game early. A lot of them have posted their video breakdowns and gave us information on the game. But today I'm going to compile it. You will learn about features such as the splash shot, changes to short game, the punch shot. There's a lot of questions that are answered that you all have about those shots. A lot of people have asked, is the punch shot coming back? Is the splash shot have any changes? And a lot of other features, skills, archetypes. It's all going to be covered in this video. But before we get going, thank you to all the 2K Next makers for making incredible videos, breakdowns of this game. And I got some of this information from them, a lot from the articles, 2K official stuff, website. And keep in mind, this game could change. So any of these features listed or gameplay elements listed, the game is a work in progress. It could change by the time it releases, but this is what we know so far. So be sure to follow those Next makers. I will put their full video breakdowns. I recommend you watch each and every one of them down in the description below. The ones that I've watched so far that are available are the Apex Hounds, Crazy Canuck 1985, and B101 Design. They're all just incredible creators, and their videos were very, very well done. But to stay up to date on all things PGA Tour 2K23 leading up to launch, and also the new EA Sports Golf game stated for release next year, click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and be ready, and drop a like. It really helps the channel and helps these videos. Without further ado, let's kick this off. We're going to start with an overview, of course, the release date, what platforms is the game available on, and the different editions of the game. So if you're just interested in the gameplay stuff, you can go ahead and skip ahead in the video a few minutes and get straight to the gameplay stuff. If you already know the editions and what comes with each, you can just skip past the next few minutes or so and move straight into the gameplay. But this game, PGA Tour 2K23, is set to release on October 14th is the full release date 2022. Now, that is for standard edition owners. This game is going to be available for PC via Steam, PS5 consoles, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and Xbox One. You notice that Nintendo Switch did not make that list, and neither did Stadia, which PGA 2K21 launched on both Switch and Stadia. No longer is the game launching on those platforms. So I know Switch players are going to be sad about that, but maybe it'll return sometime in the future. Now, as far as I said, for standard edition release date, it's October 14. That's because there's two other editions, the Deluxe Edition and Tiger Edition. Those are releasing 3 days earlier on October 11th, 2022. There is a standard version, so the PC version along with PS4 and Xbox One are priced at $59.99. Now, if you're buying the game on PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles, you have to pay the next-gen price, right? So that's $69.99 for standard editions. Now, as we talk about the standard edition, if you pre-order it, you do get a pre-order bonus. The pre-order bonus is the same for all the editions. You get the Michael Jordan bonus pack. You get to play as Michael Jordan in-game, so you get Michael Jordan as a playable character, and you get 4 what's called common tier golf ball sleeves. I will talk more about the golf ball sleeves and what we know about those so far later on in the video, but until then, just know you get common golf ball sleeves and that there's different rarities of the golf balls in this game. So for the Deluxe Edition, priced at $99.99, it includes 3 days early access, of course, on October 11th. It includes the Deluxe Bonus Pack. The Deluxe Bonus Pack includes 1,300 virtual currency, a hockey stick putter, 1 golden baseball cap, 1 gold golf glove, 3 rare ball sleeves. So there's the golf ball sleeves again. It also comes with a golden club pack. You get a golden driver, a golden putter, and 4 uncommon golf ball sleeves. You also get the pre-order bonus, of course. All the editions come with the Michael Jordan bonus pack. If you pre-order the game. If you don't pre-order the game, you can still get the Michael Jordan bonus pack. You just have to buy the DLC after launch. Now, the Tiger Edition, steep price, right? $119.99. So what does it come with? Again, 3 days early access on October 11th. You get to start playing the game. You get the Tiger Woods Edition bonus pack. That comes with one Tiger Woods TaylorMade club set, Tiger Woods t-shirt, and 3 epic golf ball sleeves. So this is the pack that comes with the epic golf ball sleeves, the epic rarity. And then you also have the Tiger Woods Signature Sunday pack. You get his red polo shirt, a pair of black pants, 1 black hat, 1 Tiger Woods golf shoes, and 1 Tiger Woods golf belt. You also get Tiger Bridgestone branded golf balls. So this is going to be for all those huge Tiger Woods fans that want all things Tiger. I do not think you'll be able to get these besides buying these packs. So either getting the Deluxe Edition, or I mean the Tiger Woods Edition, or buying the specific Tiger Woods packs. They might not even be available. We don't know if these items will be available at a later time. So that we don't know yet. The Tiger Edition, of course, comes with the same deluxe bonus pack as well. The Golden Club pack, and then the Michael Jordan pack. So those are the specifics on each edition and the prices of each. But it's time to move into the main part of this, right? Compiling all the information that we know as of August 25th, 2022. That's when I'm recording this video. That's when I wrote all this information. I'm going to be putting an article up on my website as well, gamerability.com, and more articles to follow. So if you want to read as well, you can check that out. But starting off, yes, Playable Pros are now available in PGA 2K23, including both PGA and LPGA Pros and other special guests. The confirmed pros as of today: Tiger Woods, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, Colin Morikawa, Will Zalatoris, Harold Varner III, Xander Schauffele, and John Rahm. That's for PGA side. LPGA side, we have Lexi Thompson, Lydia Ko, and Brooke Henderson. There's also the special characters, right? We know Michael Jordan is as well, so he's a playable pro in the game. So that's all the pros we know at this time, but 2K in their newsroom article, they did state that the game will be launching with more than 14 playable PGA and LPGA characters. And they also stated in that same article that additional pros and courses will be added as free post-launch DLC and be available to all players. So that is so awesome that more pros are going to be added for free along with new courses. So speaking of courses, PGA 2K23 will have 20 officially licensed courses at launch. So these are the confirmed courses that we know at this point. If you all have any other information or other courses you've spotted in trailers, let me know in a comment down below. I can update the article on the website. So we got the South Course of Wilmington Country Club, the Renaissance Club, St. George's Golf and Country Club, TPC Sawgrass, TPC Scottsdale, East Lake Golf Club, the Copperhead Course, and more to be announced, or maybe they won't even announce the full list until the game releases. Now the big one, I know a lot of you all, I put this up here early because I know a lot of you all were wondering, does this game have crossplay? And the answer is no. There is no crossplay in this game. So cross console between Xbox One, PS5, or Xbox PC, not available. Unfortunately, I was really hoping to see that feature, but we don't have it. But I've also received a lot of questions, you all asking, will it feature cross-generational play capabilities, such as Xbox One with Xbox Series X and X, PS5 with PS4? The answer is yes. So they confirmed in their newsroom article that cross-generation play is a feature in the game, and that includes PS4 players will be able to play with PS5 and Xbox One with Xbox Series. So that's the only type of crossplay there is. It's not really crossplay, right? It's within the same console family, but there you have it. Within the same console family, cross-generational play is available. A new feature added to the game this year, Topgolf. The Topgolf driving range game is coming to PGA 2K23 as a new game mode. And if you don't know what Topgolf is, it's basically a glorified driving range game. It's basically a golf hangout now. It's like it's becoming really popular social event, and you go and you get points for hitting the golf ball in certain areas. There's different mini games. We don't know if the game has all the different mini games. We've seen the trailer, and we see that you can hit the target and you get points and you compete for the highest score. But that's really all we know about Topgolf at this point. We don't know if Topgolf has all the other mini games that are featured in the real life Topgolf, right? Now keep in mind, these are not really in specific order of importance, right? So some big gameplay changes are still going to be in this video, so be ready, stay tuned for that. So moving on, the career mode is returning in PGA Tour 2K23 with new skills, archetypes, and attributes for your My Player. Yes, you will finally be able to customize your My Player and improve their skills within the career mode. We really don't have a lot of information on the career mode besides that the mode does exist and your My Player has new skills, archetypes, attributes, and so forth. So we know there's going to be actual progression this year, which is nice. But we don't know. The career mode in 2K21 is very bare bones. We need it totally revamped, right? But 2K did post this. So I'm going to read this quote from 2K. Begin your professional career in PGA Tour 2K23's My Career mode as a member of the Korn Ferry Tour and graduate to the unmatched competitive setting of the PGA Tour. With each tournament, you'll be put to the test against the best talent on the planet, competing for FedEx Cup points and a shot at first place in the standings. Using your My Player creation, write your legacy by hitting clutch shots and become one of the game's legendary players. Combat the elements and your peers as you strive to etch your name on numerous trophies, culminating in a shot at the prestigious The Players Championship. So you notice that doesn't give us a lot of information, right? And their main tournament is the Players Championship that they have, and that's because EA has went heavy on licensing. They have all 4 majors in their game, exclusive to their game. That doesn't mean that 2K23 is not going to have majors. They're going to have majors, they just will be made up ones, right? They'll be still worth the same amount of points and such, but they won't have the actual tournament names and tournament courses. So it has been reported, everyone, this is huge, from Operation Sports. They wrote a preview on this game. They actually went to the event, and it has been reported that tournaments no longer end in a tie in career mode. Yes, they actually added playoff holes and scenarios into the new career mode. That's all we know at this point. We saw that in the gameplay trailer as well. So that's a big feature. I was so sad that it wasn't in the last game. Once a tie counted as a win, right? Now, there are also reports out there. Operation Sports stated that you could actually swap out some of the custom courses in career mode. Like, you could swap out some of the courses in career mode as long as it wasn't a major event with custom courses from the community. That's what Operation Sports said when they talked to the developers, but then a few next makers have stated that they heard from the developers that you cannot actually do this, that they heard something different. So that's still speculative and we can't draw an accurate conclusion, but that's a feature I've always wanted in the game. So the reason you're seeing people talk about that is because I believe it seems like they told one of the devs told Operation Sports that you could, and then a few other devs, or maybe same devs, told some next makers that you can't. So we don't know, will you be able to? I hope you can, but we can't draw a conclusion yet on that. And it's also not yet known whether you will be required to be online to play the career mode. In 21, you had to be online to play the career mode. It does not make sense to me, right? You should be able to play the career mode offline for offline players. If you all, I searched all the articles. I didn't see anything or any of the next makers comment on this. So if you all have seen this information somewhere, let me know down in the comment below, and I can always update this in a future video and on the website. So now moving on. Players will be able to use and progress their My Player attributes, skills, and more in both the career mode and also in other modes. So the My Player skills and everything is not locked to just the career mode. So you can actually use that My Player in other modes as well. So I'll talk more about the skills in the future. We have information about like min and maxing, and like we'd be able to max out your character to 99. We have more of that coming later. But just to touch on more of the skill and archetypes, each pro in the game, so that PGA and LPGA special characters, they all have their own set of attributes, skills, archetypes as well, so to where they each feel unique. And there are 6 primary attributes per pro and My Player in PGA Tour 2K23. So you have 6 stats now. You have power, which is like it sounds, how far the athlete can hit the ball. You have timing. In the last game, this was known as forgiveness. The higher the stat is, the easier it will be for the player to hit a perfect downswing tempo. So that perfect area gets bigger. Now for swing path, this was known as swing plane in 2K21. So the higher the stat, the easier it is to hit the perfect swing plane path. So it makes that perfect white region bigger. And then you have transition. I believe this is the stat that was known as distance control in 2K21. Basically, it's your power. So the higher the stat is, the easier it is for you to hit that perfect power spot when you're transitioning from your backswing to downswing. So it basically makes the perfect region for distance, power, it makes that bigger. Then there's shaping. This refers to shaping the golf ball, such as spin, loft, draw, and fade. There's lie range. Lie range is a new stat in PGA 2K23. So if you all remember, if you've played this game, you get a lie percentage wherever your ball is standing. On the, whether it's the fairway, rough, sand, you have a lie percentage, right? So when you're in the rough or anywhere, you get a percentage, right? Usually it's a broad range, so such as 69% to 80%. So now with 2K23, if you have a higher lie range attribute, it makes that range narrower to help you as a golfer make more precise calculations. So for example, instead of showing 69 to 80%, so say you have a low lie range stat. So say it shows 69 to 80%. You can't dial it in, right? But if you have a higher lie range stat, it may show you 72 to 76%. That really helps you dial in that calculation. So I really like that stat addition. I'm actually really pumped for these new additions. So the game will have a primary archetype as well. It's not known how many primary archetypes, but it's speculated that these primary archetypes will dictate the golfer's primary attributes distribution, such as maybe one archetype is a power hitter, maybe one archetype is more of a timing hitter, maybe one archetype is a spin or shot shaper, right? So if they said there's a handful, so maybe 5 archetypes to choose from. So we don't know, we haven't seen an archetype in action yet in any of the trailers. So as soon as we see it, I'll update you all on that. So there's also something in My Players called skills. So you have archetypes of your My Player, you have attributes, the overall base attributes and stats, right? And then you have skills. So there are 7 skills in the game per each club category. I showed this and talked about it in my gameplay trailer breakdown, but we know a little bit more about it now. So there's 42 total skills. You unlock these with skill points, but we don't know how you earn them. I would assume by just playing the game. So the different club categories are driver, woods, hybrids, irons, wedges, and putters. And they all the skills are unique per each club. But it's important to note, these skills are not active all the time. You can upgrade each skill to level 1, level 2, and level 3 is the max, but they're not active all the time. Because I know what you're all thinking, 42 skills, like if I activate all of them, I'd be unstoppable. So the skills are only active when certain criteria are met, and they're deactivated based on gameplay. So activated based on gameplay, deactivated based on gameplay. For example, one of the skills shown in the gameplay trailer was beach bomb for iron specifically. So if you're like me, you find the bunker a lot, this may be the skill for you. This skill stated that splash shots receive a timing boost from the bunker. And there's level 1, level 2, and level 3 of the skill, and they all have different activation and deactivation criteria depending on how high you have the skill. The skill is not active all the time there. So in this specific skill, level 1 requires poor swing timing 4 times for activation during a round. And then if you have good swing timing 1 time, the skill deactivates. So it's not like it's just going to activate and deactivate at will, right? And then to show the difference for level 3, it requires poor swing timing 3 times to activate it instead of 4. And to deactivate, you have to have 2 perfect swings in a row. So think about it. Say you hit perfect and then good and then perfect and then good, perfect, good, your skill's never going to deactivate. So there's some strategy involved with that as well. Like, do I really want to hit 2 perfect tempos in a row? Probably not if you're from the sand, right? Maybe hit a good tempo to counteract it, but there's gonna be a lot of strategies, and there's gonna be a meta, right, that develop as well. But as we get more skills and we see more, I'll do a further deep dive into the skills specifically, especially when the game launches. So now this is huge. A lot of your question. a pay to win, or can you max out stats 99? So Operation Sports in their game preview, talking with the devs, and from what they saw in the game preview, they said players will not be able to max out their stats to level 99 or 100. There is a hard cap for all my players. So this is for balancing purposes with each loadout, and each loadout has its strength and weaknesses. So there you have it. And they also said there did not seem to be any pay to win aspects of paying real money to maximize your character in the preview, that it seemed balanced. And it's important to know, in preview builds and in the builds that everybody played, there's going to be no store, there's going to be no way to purchase virtual currency, so we won't know that stuff till launch. Is there pay to win mechanics? I don't know. Is there pay to progress? I don't know. Nobody knows that at this point until probably the game launches. Could it be possible? Maybe. But if you can't max out your character to level 99, if there's hard caps for each, and there's the strengths and weaknesses of each archetype and loadout and stuff, I don't think we're going to see a big, like, there may be pay to progress quicker, but I don't think we're going to see pay to win. You all will have to let me know what you all think so far. So now moving on to the course designer, we do know the course designer is returning with more features in PGA Tour 2K23, but we don't know any specifics on the course designer. They haven't been talked about yet. The 2K Next makers weren't able to play it or talk about the course designer yet. The only change I saw is they added pot bunkers on one of the official courses, but they did say that the pot bunkers were not going to be available at launch. In the that's what B101 actually mentioned that in his video. He mentioned that the pot bunkers they had to use LiDAR technology and everything to actually get them in the game, and they're going to try to bring them to the designer. So if they do, they may bring it later. But at launch, no pot bunkers. So hopefully we get more about the course designer soon. I don't have a lot of information. That's about all we have, unfortunately, right now. But we're still early on. This game was just announced, right? So again, another feature that's returning, online societies. They are returning. You'll be able to run online seasons in societies, and with both normal tournaments and major tournaments. Now, we don't have any specific informations. Are there any new features in societies? Are there new customization options? Can you lock out specific controls, such as the new control type, 3-click or analog? So, and is there an increase to the number of societies you can join? Please be able to join more societies. We don't know that, but we will see. So moving on to the next one, both local and online multiplayer will still be available in the game, and including the return of the mode that they added late in the game last year, Divot Derby, which is their speed golf mode. No new modes have been announced yet at this point, besides Topgolf, of course. But I suspect stroke play, match play, alternate shot, scramble, and Divot Derby to all be modes. Divot Derby we do have confirmed. There has been no mention of a online ranked mode, which is something I've always wanted in the game. But we don't have that mentioned yet, so I don't think I expect to see a ranked mode coming in this year's game. Moving on, there's many different brands and apparels that have been spotted from 2K in their articles and also from gameplay trailers. So just to name the ones we know so far for apparel: Callaway Golf, FootJoy, Malvin Golf, Nike, Puma, Titleist, Travis Matthew, Skechers, Adidas, 100 Thieves. And now as for clubs, equipment, and balls, Bridgestone Golf, Callaway Golf, Cobra, Mizuno, Odyssey Golf, Scotty Cameron, TaylorMade, Titleist, Wilson, Nike, and Bridgestone. If you all have spotted any others than that, I know we've seen a lot of Jordans in there as well, but if you all have spotted any others, let me know in a comment down below. Those are the ones I've spotted so far, and the ones that 2K listed in their articles. Now, another big change this year: clubs are way more customizable. Each club has a specific head, shaft, and grip that you can apply and fit to each club and customize. So this was shown in the gameplay trailer for a very brief moment. It wasn't explained, but from what I've noticed from the trailer, it appears that players can completely customize each of the clubs. So you can add a specific head, shaft, grip, and they all have different attribute boost as well. They also appear to come in different colors and what I would call rarity. So we saw earlier with the deluxe editions and such, there's common ball sleeves and stuff like that. So in this, the colors, there was gray, I would assume that's common. Green, I would call uncommon. Rare, I would call blue. and then maybe epic purple and a legendary orange. You know, we don't know the specific names that they're going to use for them, but what we do know is that the higher the cut, so the higher the color, the different change in color, the more stats it boosted. There also appears to be an in-game currency fee for fitting these new parts to your clubs. I mean, the higher the legendary, in the trailer brief moment, we saw that it got more expensive when you fitted a bigger one, but that we don't know anything about the in-game currency. Like, how much do you get? Is it pretty easy to fit these? And we also don't know how you get those specific parts of the clubs. Right now, I will say that Crazy Canuck 1985, one of the 2K next makers, he did state in his video breakdown that after each round, players get kind of a loot box, or like they get stuff after each round. I don't know if I'd call it a loot box, but you get stuff, and that could be what the golf balls and club parts come from. But what I think concerns a lot of people, will you be able to buy that with real money? And we don't know that. We won't know until launch. So another thing, big thing, golf balls are available as equipment in 2K23, and a lot of brands are included. I mean, we saw a lot in the trailers: Bridgestone, Mizuno, we had Nike, Titleist Pro V1s, a whole lot of them. And so you noticed earlier, we talked about the deluxe editions. There was a golf ball sleeve consumable, right? So we did find out more about that information. So the golf ball sleeves come with the different golf balls. They come with different stat boosts. And you select these before your rounds, and they last for that round, and then you can switch out and use another one. So we don't know. We know that the different brands have different rarities, but that's really all we know at this point from the next makers, is that you do have different sleeves. You can't run out of golf balls during a round. You select your specific golf ball sleeve and you use it during a round, but you're always going to have these available, is how they made it seem like. So you're not going to run out of them. I would wonder how much stat boost do the epic varieties bring, and how hard are those epics to bring. So we do know there's another, that could be the loot box mechanic, right? And moving on, a big addition to the game, they have a new 3-click control method. So in addition to the typical analog stick swing, and use the analog stick and swing, and it's tempo based, we have a 3-click swing. So this is how 2K described the swing in their Clubhouse report. They said, quote, "The 3-click swing requires you to hold and release the A or X button depending on your platform of choice for power, and tap it twice to line up your swing path and club face angle. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3, end quote. So there we have it. So you're basically holding A and releasing it at a certain point for power, and then you have to tap it to line up your swing path, so swing plane, and then your club face angle, which is the slow or fast in the analog swing. And I will say, most of the 2K next makers tried this control method, and almost all of them said that it was very challenging. They said it was fun and very challenging. So like, I remember, so I know the Apex Hound specifically was talking about how the analog controls were so much easier for him. That's what he was used to. He switched to the 3-click method. He's like, this is so hard. So I'm sure, Apex, he's a competitor. If he wanted to use 3-click, he could learn it and get good at it. But that also shows that it's not easy. 3-click swing seems to be difficult, and we have not actually seen a specific shot of it or what it looks like on screen, so we don't know that yet. Now, it's not yet known on whether online societies will be able to lock out tournaments to specific control methods, right? Or if online modes, online head-to-head, separate by control type. Here's my thought though. My prediction is that analog and 3-click are accessibility control options, right? It's accessibility dictated by the user. So I think you'll be able to switch at them at any time. I think you'd be able to pause it and just be like, oh, I'm going to use 3-click now during this round, or I want to use analog. I don't think it's going to be a hard, fast set difficulty option, because controls in basically all sports games I know are accessibility for the user, and you can play with whatever control set you want. We don't know that till once I find out information on that, I will let you know. But it also doesn't sound like the 3-click mode is easy at all. Now we're moving to some big ones, right? So I told you this wasn't in any specific list. So here we go. Splash shots can only be used while you're in a bunker. This is a highly requested gameplay change from basically almost everyone in the community, probably not everybody, and this is going to make short game much more realistic. You can't hit a splash shot from the, you can, but not as easy as it is in this game. But splash shots are for the bunker, right? So you can no longer use splash shots from the fairway. Short game has been changed dramatically. And also another big one, yes, the punch shot has returned to PGA 2K23. This is another highly requested return feature because this was in the older games in the series, and they're bringing it back. Yes, everybody, punch shots back. That's huge. Another thing, the next makers have said that chipping in short game has been revamped, along with the other preview articles I read. Basically, all of them said that chipping and short game have made GURs so important, which means you better be hitting the green, because if not, chipping is going to be really tough. Now, one of the few changes, so B101, another next maker, talked about how the lob wedge chip carried 25 yards max as a full swing. Y'all remember in 21 the shot carried 7 yards. That's why there were so many chip-ins, right? The chipping was so unrealistic in 2K21. It was too easy. So I think this is going to be a welcome change from the community. I mean, short chips are going to be harder. Splash shots are only available in the bunkers like it should be. So we better be hitting more GURs. And also, I think what this is going to bring up, more putting around the green, which is what you see in real life, right? What we do in real life. I won't chip it from 7 yards away, right? I'm going to putt that. So I think it's going to bring putting on the fringe and on the fairway. And along with that, multiple of the next makers have stated that green speeds have been revamped and are more realistic. So maybe slower greens will be more playable and more realistic. It seems as if, I don't have a lot of specifics on this besides them saying that it's better, more customizable, and the speeds play much more realistically. So that's really all I have on that right now. And I also learned that all different LPGA and PGA Pros actually have different attributes, skills, archetypes, and clubs that are unique to that pro. So when you play with that pro, it's going to feel like that pro. So that's going to, I'm so excited for that. And then also, most of the pros have unique swings represented in 2K23. And some of these were scanned. That's what in the Operation Sports article, and they did a Q&A as well. And they talked about how Colin Morikawa said that his swing was scanned in the game when they talked to Colin. So it does seem like some of them were scanned. I don't know if all of them were, but we do know that they do each have their unique swings. What we've noticed, though, from all the gameplay trailers is that your My Player, all the My Players in the trailers had the same swing. So it's not yet known if My Player swings are customizable. So we don't know that yet. Maybe, maybe not. So then moving on, last but not least, there's a new power meter following the golfer's swing. So instead of that power bar below, the power meter is actually the yellow line that maps the player's swing. So I like this swing meter better. The swing meter is actually going to be really cool, and you can actually map out the player's swing. So that is another change as well. So again, there's a whole lot of information we still need. We need to fill in the gaps. You know, and we'll probably get more here coming soon. But big thank you to all. I mean, there's been so many great 2K Next Makers videos. So thank you, Next Makers, for providing all the video breakdowns. Be sure you check them out. The ones I know right now and the videos I watched are B101 Design, Crazy Canuck 1985, and the Apex Hounds. The others that were there, so Killer Bees, Supreme Bink, Celeste, they'll probably post videos later, but they haven't posted videos at the time that I'm making this. So be on the lookout for their videos as well. Binks, Killer Bees, Celeste, Anderson, and see their stuff as they update it. And let me know if I missed anything, or you all picked up things that I missed. I know this is a longer video, but I wanted to break down everything we knew. I know it was a lot, but we got a lot of information here. So I appreciate you all for sticking around to the end. I will update the article on gamerability.com as soon. When I post that article, I will update it with more information. So be sure to check that frequently over on the website. But appreciate you all. Drop a like if you got some enjoyment. Subscribe for more. Let me know which features you're excited for. Let me know if anything was missing. And I will see you on the next one. As always, have a fantastic day, everybody.